What's up guys, it's Will here, back again, and today we're here to talk about something very important, and that is whether collecting hot toys is actually a good idea or not. That said, before we get started, make sure to click that like button down below, click that subscribe button, and click that notification bell for updates related to this channel. Let's make some good decisions. So the idea behind this video is that every time I feel like I explain my collecting habits or my collecting journey or hobby in general to other people, I have to explain sort of why I do this. And I feel like sometimes I have to over explain it because people outside of the collecting community, a lot of people don't quite understand why we would do these things, why we spend these prices, why we dedicate so much time and energy to the hobby of collecting. And I think there are legitimate questions that someone could ask if they have no experience with the collecting hobby, because looking at the prices, looking at sort of the overall dedication that you have to put into creating a quality collection, there is a lot of work and a lot of money involved. So for the people not, familiar with this type of stuff, I think it does require some explaining, which we're going to do today. And I do think there are a lot of negative stereotypes out there surrounding sort of the perception of collectors, us being immature, man children, whatever. I think that's stuff that I want to put to bed today by giving you guys actually 7 reasons of why collecting hot toys is actually a really healthy and good hobby if you're into these universes and these characters and these IPs. So that said, let's get into it. And at number 1, we have a creative outlet that keeps you out of trouble. For many of us, creativity is the fuel to keep going. If we're not feeling creative, it often means that we're feeling uninspired or stagnant or really just unchanging. Collecting hot toys and other forms of collectibles, they really allow us to creatively put our minds to use, because one does not just simply buy a hot toy, right? Collecting hot toys requires the collector to be creative in how they build and display their collection. So there's a lot of thought and consideration that has to go into building a collection, because there is a wealth of exciting options out there, but space is finite and so is budget. If I had a dime for every time a collector told me that them collecting hot toys kept them out of trouble, I'd be a rich man with a lot of dimes. And this does not inherently validate hot toys collecting as a healthy hobby, but it does just remind us that there are a lot worse things we could be doing. So I'm not here to say that hot toys collecting is the best hobby on earth, but I can say there are many worse alternatives out there. And when done responsibly, I think this hobby can be a really healthy outlet of creative expression. And in number 2, we have it teaches you budgeting skills and responsibility. Hot toys are not inexpensive. Most hot toys range from about $250 to $450, with some higher and some lower depending upon the figure. Reasonably budgeting and responsibility is crucial for longevity in collecting, because disposable income can lessen as real-world obligation increases. Hot toys collectors have to take their collecting seriously, or they won't be collecting for very long. This requires budgeting and requires the collector to at least learn a semblance of responsibility, or their longevity in collecting will come into question before long. I know I've learned quite a bit about budgeting as a result of my hot toys and other collecting habits. I've been forced to mature and evolve and grow and learn things about budgeting, because I wouldn't be in collecting very long if I hadn't. This has positively impacted other areas of my life, resulting in a more mature and financially literate version of myself. This is necessary so you can collect more figures, have more fun, and of course be smarter and more thoughtful about what you're doing. It also promotes a healthy balance in life, because there will inevitably be times where you're gonna have to make tough decisions between collectibles and real world obligations, and then you can learn the value of real world money, hard-earned money, and just important life decisions. At number 3, we have promoted self-confidence and sense of security. Self-confidence is a highly attractive trait in virtually any situation. Collecting hot toys does promote self-confidence, in my opinion, because it allows the collector to embrace who they are. I think we're moving towards an age where these type of hobbies are a bit more normalized and accepted, despite stereotype beliefs about who collectors are still existing to a degree. But by embracing this hobby, the community, and really what makes this hobby fun, you're embracing what makes you you. You're doing what brings you joy, and you're putting thought and effort into it, and that's worthy of respect. It's also more likely that you're going to have more confidence in yourself, because you're more willing to embrace what you enjoy, what you like, what your passions are, without feeling insecure about what other people are going to think about it. And you'll also see that you're not alone in that. Collecting is a very fun, safe, welcoming space that you can enjoy with other people. And at number 4, we have connection to like-minded individuals and growth outside your comfort zone. One of the best parts of collecting hot toys is the community. Hands down. I've had the privilege of meeting so many amazing people and traveling to places I never would have been if not for my fellow collectors. My experience within collecting is not unique. There are so many collectors whose lives have been greatly enriched through the Hot Toys and 6 Scale community. Lifelong friends have been made, and more importantly, this community serves as an outlet of expression, which is really important nowadays. And at number 5, we have an enhanced sense of organization. Collecting is a hobby that requires organization. Without it, you'll be lost. So organization is an often unintended skill harnessed as a byproduct of collecting over time. Building a display such as these Maji cases, it takes time, effort, money, and energy, deciding which figures to buy and which to sell, deciding when to make purchases and when to be patient. That requires a method to the madness. Without it, you'll be a dog chasing cars and you won't survive. This type of energy can positively impact other areas of your life and make you a more organized, competent person. Collecting Hot Toys requires an organized collector because Hot Toys is dropping 70 to 80 figures per year and announcing that many figures or maybe even more than that in a given year. So without a strategy, you're going to be lost. At number 6, we have creative inspiration and joy. Hot Toys collecting is a never-ending source of inspiration as amazing new figures are announced and released weekly. Amazing works of art that inspire us to be creative in our posing and display efforts allow us as collectors to engage with the figure and the source material in a way that is really satisfying. These figures are simply fun. They look amazing, they're fun to pose and engage with, and they provide a unique sense of satisfaction when you build out your display just to your liking. The joy of having these figures lies primarily in the fact that we can relive cherished memories of experiencing these amazing stories and characters for the first time. Nostalgia is a powerful thing and a huge component of collecting, and it really inspires joy, and that joy makes the pursuit worthwhile. Finally, we have to discuss embracing our inner child. This is not to be confused with the idea or the sentiment that collectors are childish. That's not what I mean. That is a misconception, but what I'm referring to is that we shouldn't bury that feeling of childhood wonder. Engaging with characters and stories we love helps us remain attached to what makes us human. The reason we love the characters in the first place is because they're compelling, relatable, or remarkable in some way. The stories impact us in some way, and they often teach us things about ourselves and the lives we lead. I think embracing that sense of childhood wonder is really crucial in terms of embracing a healthy sense of imagination. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's good to have that escapism and escape to something a little more imaginative and fun. So that's that, guys. Those are my 7 reasons for why collecting Hot Toys is actually a really good idea, for why collecting Hot Toys is actually a very healthy hobby for those who wish to engage in it. Guys, like I mentioned before, make sure to comment down below. Comment your reasons for why you collect Hot Toys or why you're considering collecting Hot Toys. Maybe you're showing this to a friend, a family member, a coworker. That would be great. Thank you so much for doing so. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and click the notification bell down below for updates related to this channel. And guys, like I said, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Why do you collect Hot Toys? Why do you believe it's a good idea? Why do you believe it's a bad idea? Why do you believe it's a healthy hobby or an unhealthy hobby? Let us know. We can have that dialogue in the chat below. Guys, thank you so much for the support as always. I will catch you in the next video. Peace out. See you later. Bye. Bye.